RL Commercial REIT or RCR ang third REIT na naging listed sa Philippine Stock Exchange. In September 2024, they have completed its issuance of additional shares kapalit ng 13 properties from Robinsons Land. And with this expansion, okay pa ba mag-invest kay RCR? Sa video na ito, gusto kong i-share ang aking personal stock review sa company. As a disclaimer, this video is for informational purposes only and should not be construed as a financial advice. Ang investor ay dapat mag-conduct ng kanyang research bago mag-invest dahil laging merong risk sa pag-i-invest. Okay, balik tayo kay RCR. Ito ang mga nakikita kong reasons bakit okay mag-invest sa company na ito. Una, the company has a strong parent and part of a strong business group. Ang sponsor at majority owner ni RCR ay si Robinsons Land Corporation. Robinsons Land or RLC is also a listed company in the Philippine stock market and is one of the leading real estate developers in the Philippines with over 40 years of track record. RLC serves as the real estate arm of JG Summit Holding Group. Si JG Summit naman ay isa sa mga largest conglomerate sa Pilipinas. Bukod sa real estate, JG Summit is into petrochemicals, food and beverage business, and airlines through its key subsidiary companies na sina JG Summit Olefins, Universal Robina Corporation at Cebu Pacific. JG Summit is also listed in the Philippine stock market under the stock code JGS. JGS is founded by late Mr. John Go Kong Wei Jr. Actually, after he passed away, his brother James Go ang naging chairman at ang kanyang eldest son naman si Mr. Lance Go Kong Wei ang tumatayo as president and CEO ng company. According to Forbes, Lance Go Kong Wei and siblings ay nasa rank 11 of the top richest in the Philippines as of August 2024. Last year, nasa top 7 sila. Kaya kung ang isang stock ay may malakas na parent company at bahagi ng isang strong business group, positive factor ito para sa akin. Second reason to invest in RCR is that it has good quality of property portfolio. During IPO, si RCR ay nagsimula with 14 properties. Over time, dumami ang properties niya. And after this infusion, RCR is now the second largest commercial REIT with 29 property assets of 827,000 square meter of leasable area. So, from purely office properties, may mga mall properties na rin si RCR. Also, ang mga properties ay located within key cities and central business districts sa iba't ibang lugar sa Pilipinas. Ito naman ang table ng revenue contribution ng bawat properties ni RCR as of June 2024, kung saan makikita na well-diverse ang revenue sources ni RCR. Take note lang, hindi pa kasama ang mga bagong infused properties. In terms of occupancy, mataas ang occupancy rate ng mga existing properties at 96%. And same with new properties kung saan it is reported na up to 97% ang average occupancy rate as of March 2024. Overall, maganda ang quality ng properties ni RCR. Diversified in terms of property type, in terms of location, and revenue contribution, at mataas pa ang occupancy rate. Another key reason to invest in RCR ay dahil sa kanyang profitable operations and good balance sheet. Ito ang quarterly revenues ni RCR since first quarter of 2023. Though bumaba noong third quarter, muli itong tumaas noong 2024. And in line sa kanyang revenue ay growing din ang net income. While it is best na tignan ang trend on yearly basis, sa ngayon quarterly ang tinitignan ko dahil ilang years pa lang si RCR. Regarding naman sa kanyang balance sheet, makikita natin na investment properties ang largest component ng kanyang total assets, which is typical sa isang REIT company. Pero ang gusto ko dito ay cash ang second largest asset ng company. Sa liability side naman, wala siyang utang. For me, okay pa ang financial performance at financial position ni RCR. Fourth reason to invest in RCR is because it has good dividend track record. Since IPO, hindi pa sumablay sa pagbibigay ng dividends quarterly si RCR. If we will check closely, the dividend amount is increasing every quarter. Also, as of the making of this video, its dividend yield is 6.4%, which is good for me. Ito naman ang mga concerns ko kay RCR. Una, ang kanyang cash flow. Ito ang latest cash flow statement ni RCR, which is as of June 2024. Makikita dito nakapag-generate ng positive cash flow si RCR from its operations. And this is a positive point. However, this amount is not sufficient to cover its dividends. Bukod sa dividends, may mga cash outflows din siya for investing activities. Actually, hindi pa ito high risk sa ngayon, considering na marami pa siyang cash reserves. Kung titignan natin ang cash flow niya over the past 3 years, sufficient lagi ang cash flow from operations to pay its dividends. Pero magiging high risk ito kung magtutuloy-tuloy na magiging less ang cash flow from operations to cover its dividend payments and capex. Another concern ko kay RCR ay lower weighted average lease expiry ng mga new assets. As of June 2024, ang weighted average lease expiry ng mga existing office properties ay 3.24 years, which is good, but better kung 3.5 or 4 years and above. Ito naman ang table ng weighted average lease expiry ng mga new assets as of March 2024. And based on my estimates, 2.32 ang overall average lease expiry niya. So basically, the infusion of the new properties may drag down the overall average weighted lease expiry ni RCR. And this leads me to my third concern on RCR, the performance of the new assets. While the infusion of the new properties will increase the revenue and enhance the diversity of RCR's portfolio, pero sana maging positive ang contribution niya sa overall future performance ni RCR. Though mataas ang occupancy rate ng mga new properties, pero kamusta naman kaya ang revenue trend niya? Pataas ba o pababa? How about ang cash generation? Malakas ba cash flow from operations? Magiging dividend accretive ba? Yung assets na mga new properties, baka naman puro receivables and due from related parties. And these are just examples ng performance risk ng new properties na pwedeng maging concern kay RCR. Of course, meron ding industry-related risks and concern tulad ng competition risk, supply and demand risk. Pero ang mga binanggit ko ay ang mga risk na intrinsic sa company na nakikita ko. Actually, sa ngayon, overall risk na nakita kay RCR ay medyo low to moderate risk pa. And definitely, marami pa siguro ibang factors na pwedeng maging positive or negative kay RCR na hindi na-cover tulad ng tenant mix o yung profile ng mga tenants, pati yung upside potential sa stock price. As a disclosure, currently may hawak akong shares ni RCR. And like other stocks sa aking portfolio, I intend to hold RCR for long term for dividends. But anytime, pwede ko siyang ibenta. Baka may nakikita kang ibang positive at negative kay RCR, share mo naman sa comment section. Kung may iba kang suggestion or comment sa video, please let me know. Thank you for watching and see you sa next video.